If you just tuned in, Dr. MOTSIRI ITSWENG is with us. He sits across from me, and I've got a big smile on my face. We've said we're going to have this conversation for so long, and finally it's here. He is, and you can correct me here, one of the founding members of Mamelodi Sundowns.
No, of course, I am. I am one of the founding members.
So then let's go back, 1979.
Yes.
Who was Dr. MOTSIRI? Who are you? Where are you? You know, what's happening in your life in 1979? What's the socio-political, social, stance of South Africa at the time? Where are you growing up? Paint a story of 1979 in your life.
Oh, yes. If you remember, it was shortly after the 1976 riots. And I think in 1976, I started a private practice in Mamelodi.
We're not Tlhagay.
Well, Mamelodi.
Oh, so you're from Mamelodi?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I grew up in Mamelodi. I won't say born and bred. I was born in Kobulovedu.
Oh, Kobulovedu.
Yeah, Kobulovedu. Hey. And then we went to Pretoria. In 1954, that's when I went to Pretoria. I started schooling in Pretoria.
So Mamelodi became your second home, so to speak?
No, it's my first home.
No, first Kobulovedu.
Yeah, so actually we're removed in Riverside, a place called Riverside, east of Pretoria. I think it's called Jan Niemann Park now.
Okay.
And then to Mamelodi, I think we went to Mamelodi 1955. And, I schooled in Mamelodi, primary, higher primary. Then went to Mamelodi High School, matriculated at Mamelodi High School. Then went to medical school in Durban, University of Natal. It was then called University of Natal Black Section, UNB. Yes.
Qualified as a doctor.
Qualified as
medical
a doctor.
Yes,
yes. And in 1974, then 75, did internship. Then middle of 76, I opened a practice at home. In
Mamelodi.
Yes.
And then, what le bolo?
Oh, well, I mean, I've always been a big fan of football. I didn't really particularly play football at school. You know, at times...
No, some not.
No. Maybe in the home. Maybe in the home. But, I think there's always that perception that... those who are considered maybe A students, they're not good in sport, but I loved it.
And who are you supporting at that time? 1976. What teams are around? Who are you supporting? Who are you going to the stadium to watch?
It was Kaizer Chiefs.
So you were a Kaizer Chiefs supporter?
Yes.
You're going to the stadium. You're watching. Who was playing for Chiefs at the time? Do you remember? 76.
76. Well, I know Ncube was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ncube, I think Teenage
Lad. Was Chincha still playing at the time? I can't remember.
No, I don't think it was. 6 years. Yeah, I think.
So Chincha, so it was that generation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I was, let's say Chiefs. Well, I think most of people in Pretoria was Chiefs or Bantu Kellys, Pretoria Bantu Kellys. Yeah, Pretoria Kellys. And then otherwise, we had local teams in Mamelodi like Transvaal Blackbirds, Pretoria Hotspurs.
So then where does the idea come from? Who comes up with it? Who are these other doctors to you? Are you guys friends sitting at home when this great idea comes up? How do you guys end up Komarabastad?
Yeah, okay. In any case, actually the only the doctors were two. It was myself and Dr. Swotsane.
The late?
The late Dr. Swotsane. And then my other friend was Mr. Joseph Kekana Fish. Is also late. And Chinimwatsi.
Yeah, Dr. Chinimwatsi. Chini wasn't a doctor, in fact.
It's not a doctor.
Yeah, it wasn't a friend. Chinimwatsi was just a friend of yours, a businessman.
Yeah, he's a businessman. Well, he's still alive.
Yeah.
So there are only two people who really were there when we bought Sundowns. But then we're informed by Boy Mafa. I don't know whether. Well, there used to be a guy called Boy Mafa. He's also late.
Yeah.
And he was a businessman. So he's the one who approached me to say, look. Sorry.
No, go for it.
He said, look, there is a team, Pretoria Sundowns, is on sale. Yeah,
was it Marabastad Sundowns or Pretoria Sundowns?
I think it was called Pretoria Sundowns.
Pretoria Sundowns, okay.
Yes. But they're based in Marabastad.
Yeah.
So he said, no, look, I mean, they're playing in the South African Soccer Federation. They're second division. They're not doing so well. They're actually the last on their log. So Mr. Engelsing, I think he passed away about a few weeks ago, that he's actually selling the team. And he just wanted to know if we were interested. And by then, I think there was actually a buzz that Boy Mafa is buying Pretoria Sundowns. So I said, no, look, I'm quite sure I would be interested. But then, I mean, maybe let's look around and get some partners. That's when I phoned Dr. Spotsani, the late Dr. Spotsani, Fish Kekana, and Chinumwatsi, yes. And they were all game for it. Remember, at that time, there was actually a second division team in Mamelodi United.
Okay.
So we said, it doesn't matter. There will be two teams in Mamelodi anyway. So we went ahead and bought the team.
How much? How much is this team for sale for in 1979?
It was, I think, around 4,000. Yeah, I think we paid about 4,000 rand for the team.
4,000 rands.
Yes.
And 4,000 is a lot in 1979.
No, it's a lot. And
thousand before.
Really
But that's a lot of money in 1979.
Yeah.
How much was a car in 1979? Just to show put
I mean, I still remember I had a Volvo, which not actually a BMW that I bought in 1978 for 7,000 rand.
Okay. Okay, so I just wanted to get
brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah, a BMW 3 liter.
And it was.
Yes.
Okay, so you buy this team. What are the colors of the team that you buy? What are they wearing? Have they always been wearing the Brazilian colors?
No, I think Pretoria Sundowns, if I remember well, I think it was the colors of SuperSport. I think it was navy blue and
navy blue and white.
And white, yes.
And so when do they change the colors?
No, we changed the colors. So
why the Brazilians? Why that yellow and green?
No, I'll come to the yellow and green. It's much later. Okay. When Zola actually bought into the team.
Oh, really?
So the original colors we had was gold and green.
Gold and green.
Yes.
Did this have anything to do with the gold of Chiefs, maybe?
Well, so I suppose those were South African colors, so we just loved gold and green.
Okay, so you went with the gold and green.
Yes.
Okay, and then?
And even the current logo, we designed that.
Oh, wow.
Yes, there's a...
The Munwana Pezul?
Yes. Yes. There's a teacher, Mr. Silepe.
Uh-huh.
He was our art teacher at Mamelodi High School.
Okay.
So he was actually very good. He did the logo for NAFCOC, and did the logo for Mamelodi High School, and did the logo for Sundowns. So I always said, no need trivia, no, what is common
with the things,
between Mamelodi High, NAFCOC, and Sundowns. It's Mr. Slepe.
So you go to your former teacher, Mr. Slepe, and you say, hey, we've got this thing, please give us a... So what was the meaning of this Sundowns logo when you guys did it? What was the meaning and the intention behind it?
Basically, it was that, I mean, we're buying this team, but we'll push it as high as possible. That, we should be able to achieve anything with the team if we put our minds together.
And then you gave it that acronym, the sky is the limit.
The sky is the limit. Actually, that was coined by Dr. Sputzan, the late Dr. Sputzan.
Wow.
He said, yeah, no, he said, sky is the limit.
What came first, the logo or the sky is the limit?
No.
Which one inspired which?
It went hand in hand. Mm.
So the logo is pointing up,
yeah,
pointing at the sky, and then the sky is the limit.
Yes.
Amazing. And then you guys have this team now. It's wearing your gold and green colors. It was called Pretoria Sundowns. You decide you're going to change it to Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yes.
Why?
No. Well, I mean, we wanted it to have a Mamelodi identity because we stayed in Mamelodi, basically, and we felt we have to do something for the community of Mamelodi. So that's why the name Mamelodi Sundowns came from.
Wow.
Mm.
When you know, the time always goes so quickly. I'm looking up now and it's almost past already. But it's such a fascinating story because then there you are. You guys are owning this team. You're based it in Mamelodi now. People of Mamelodi are riling behind it. How does it do now? Now that you've got it, you're pumping a little bit more money into it. Who are the players that you guys have, and how does it then do as far as results is concerned, from languishing at the bottom?
Yes. So, yeah, basically, actually, one of the conditions was that we bring our points from the federation into NPSL. Mm. So, which we did. And incidentally, that actually put us at the bottom of the log then.
Yeah.
But we recruited players mainly from the two high schools in Mamelodi. It was Mamelodi High School and technical Mamelodi Technical
College, yeah.
Yes. So I think by then Mr. Tabolikala, he was a sports master at Mamelodi High School with Mr. Ramakhoshi. I think Ramakhoshi was in Germany then, but I think Tabolikala actually did a lot to recruit from Mamelodi High School. So because the majority of our players were actually players of Mamelodi High School. Then we end up at the end of the season we're number 6.
Who was above you?
Well, Mamelodi United was, I think, was on top then because they actually got promoted.
Okay.
To the first division.
Nice.
In 1979.
Yeah.
Then 1980, we did very well. Actually, I think we were top of the log, and but then we just floundered towards the end. I think the Tembisa Classic that actually got promoted. Then 1981, we were top of the log again. And then out of the blue, we're told, no, look, you're going to have to play, to have playoffs against, I think it was the Shoko Saints and PG Rangers from the Transvaal League. Mm. I think the team that Shane McGregor used to play for. Mm. So actually, they beat us.
Sure.
And they got promoted. But we felt it was very unfair because that was never
a condition before.
Mm. But then it's fine. Then 1982, we got promoted into first division.
Wow.
So from 1983, we're playing the first division.
So now you're playing against Kaizer Chiefs?
Yes. Now we're playing.
How do you feel now? You're playing against your beloved Kaizer Chiefs.
Oh, well, I mean, it was good. But we had a very good relationship with Chiefs. Very good. I think one of the few teams that, we had that type of a relationship. Because even doesn't matter what the results were. If we're playing in Johannesburg, they'll host us. We'll have an after-game get together. If we're playing in Pretoria, we'll have after an occasion.
Where was your home base? Which stadium?
HMPiche.
HMPiche.
Yes.
Oh, what a stadium! What a time! What stories that come out of that?
Yeah. That's
so sad now when you see what HMPiche is.
Exactly. Well, we hope they'll revamp it because they've actually demolished the structure. So we're hoping that it will be actually okay.
If you just joined us, we're speaking to Dr. MOTSIRI ITSWENG, who is one of the 4 founding members of Mamelodi Sundowns, one of 2 that still remain with us, and 2, of course, late. And we're talking about the story of the foundations of what you now know today as Mamelodi Sundowns, Kabuyelo, the sky is the limit. On the badge of Mamelodi Sundowns, on the crest, it says 1970. Is that because of where Pretoria Sundowns perhaps started?
Yes.
Because it had a history even before that, but I mean, it was just a team in the lowers.
Yes, but no, actually, they did play, I think, in the old Bantu, South Africa Bantu Football Association.
So that's where that comes from.
Yeah,
that's that history from there.
Yes. So yes, guys like with the dancing shoes, hats.
Wow, I want to show you something quickly because I want to see if this is, we're talking about the same thing. I want to show you something.
Yeah, no, this is the original logo. So it was just,
so this here is the original logo of Sundowns.
Yes. Of Mamelodi Sundowns.
Of Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yes.
Wow. What's he?
No, but it was green and yellow.
It was green and yellow.
Yes.
How was it green and yellow if it was black and gold?
It was not black and gold.
I mean,
green and gold.
Green and gold.
Yeah, it was
green and gold.
Green and gold. Yes.
There it is. It's she was absolutely amazing. The very first, the original. Actually,
if you look at it and you look at the Navcock and Mamelodi High School, we can see
all looks the same.
Yeah, they're
drawn by the same person.
They're designed by the same person.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. We're talking about the story of the foundations of Sundowns. Some of the players then, Lavemuch comes into mind here, Chafunya, so many. Now you're in the top leagues.
Yes.
Now you're playing against some of the best. You go and you recruit players now. Yes. Now you've got top deck. Who are you recruiting? Who are you bringing on?
Yeah, you're talking about Lavemuch Chafunya. Also, his recruitment, it's a long story. Then you've got Bashir Mahlangu.
Samate.
Yes, from MLO.
Yes.
Yeah, then we've got S. Patedi from Atteridgeville. You've got Dube Chidi. I think it was CEO of this financial. Okay.
You forgot it.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago. It's okay. It's over 40 years ago.
No. Now, Dube was a CEO now.
Oh, it was a CEO just now.
Yeah, in the new dispensation.
Yeah.
And then, Briggs Mutau.
Yes, of course.
Mutau, yes. I mean, those are the players that, Goma Wisela or Takutumela.
Was it milking you guys of a lot of money? Were you making a lot of money from it? What was the financial situation this many years later into getting the team?
Oh, it was very stressful financially. Because initially, actually, they used to camp at my surgery and would actually take turns to cook for the players,
So you used to cook on Klungo?
Yeah.
And they'd come eat there?
Yeah.
So the wife was busy there?
Yeah, no, we used to rotate.
So today, next time,
Yeah. Then about surgery.
Are you serious?
I had a big practice. So my waiting room was quite big.
So they'd sleep there?
Yeah.
So you
bought sponges for them.
So there was no money to be made in football then?
No, there was no money. I think the only team which survived were those with sponsorship, notably Chiefs, really, because all the others were also struggling. So we're actually using our personal money to finance the team.
Wow.
Because in 1983, 84, it was very tough. We survived relegation though.
Yeah.
Both years. And then 1985, and the other directors had actually left.
So who remained?
Me and Smutsani.
So the two doctors.
The two of us, yes.
Yeah.
And we said, look, this thing is not sustainable.
Do you remember how much you're pouring in out of your pocket? For all of those, I'm asking to see the logo as well. It was sent to us by Propyline. I've just sent it to Timmy now. He'll be tweeting it on our page at Snawa with Andile. So just follow our page at SNAW Andile, and then you'll be able to see that logo, though, the original logo, the very first one of Mamelodi Sundowns. How much are you paying in every month at that time?
Oh, that's a lot. I mean, I think between the two of us, maybe about 30,000 rand, which are 30,000 rand was a lot of money.
A month?
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
Paying players, yes. Fortunately, they were not full-time.
So they still work to the players?
Yeah. Some of them are still at school.
Teachers, some of them are school, some of them general workers.
Yes, we had some at the university who used to fetch them every weekend. I still remember Gofri Makalimele and Pro Chauke. Pro Mashaba would actually send a car to pick them up from the University of the North.
Is this why you sold?
So it was very tough. And we actually said, look, this is not sustainable. Then I think we need to sell the team.
How do you meet Zola Mahobe?
Yeah, and then somebody actually said, look, there's a guy who's looking to buy a team, and Zola Mahobe. And I think it's Ivan Koza who actually gave us that name.
Okay.
And then
because he had tried to buy Pirates before.
Yeah.
So Dr. Koza then calls you and says,
yeah,
there's a man who's trying to buy a team.
Yeah.
You've had conversations about your struggles, so meet him.
Yeah. So that's when we sold the team in 1985, around June, I think, if I remember well. And then we sold the team to Zola, not entirely, because actually we wanted to get rid of the team because it was just too tough and stressful. We're now having problems with the family. Say, no,
the wife was saying,
no, you guys, no, this thing of yours is just too expensive.
How much did you buy it for? Zola, how much did he purchase?
We wanted 120. He said, no, it's fine. I can pay that, but why don't I give in 100 and then you guys remain with 20%, because I don't want the team to leave Mamelodi, and I want you guys to be in the team. So ultimately that's what we agreed on.
Yeah.
So we took 100 and then 20 was part of our
buy-in.
Yeah.
So when Standard Bank takes the team, did they take your 20% as well?
Yeah, they did.
Did you know what Zola was doing? Did you know anything about it?
No, we didn't.
When did you find out?
When you got into trouble. That's when you realized that, look, I think we saw it was not a very wise move, but it has been done. There's nothing we could do about it.
I don't want to stop, but I need to take a quick break. I need to take a quick break, Doc, and then when we come back, we'll continue. If you want to see the logo at Mazola, at Super Journal, Mazola J. Molefe has just tweeted it as well. It's there, Mamelodi Sundowns FC, Propyline sending it to us, of course, we know Pro's love for the original. I was actually, so Khosali Super Stadium. Negele ball boy for Sundowns.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because just behind the poles. You know, so and then when they kick the ball, you'd run, get it. We're not even taught. We're just told, hey, go get the ball.
Yeah.
You know, growing up in Etrisville. But there's so much to the story that I don't think we'll ever get to finish it. And I just want to know about the Zola thing. How does that then affect you? When do you find out? I mean, you know, Zola's the biggest story in South Africa. He takes the team to new heights. He changes the colors, but you're still involved in all of that. And then, boom, you hear the news that this man is a criminal. He's defrauded Standard Bank, and the ownership of the team, which is part of the things that he owns, needs to now be taken back by Standard Bank.
Yeah, I think it was a big blow. It was a big blow, and but well, to be fair, on the Standard Bank, through the curator, they actually offered us the team back.
To buy it from them?
Yes.
At how much?
25,000.
So why didn't you buy it?
Yo, look, we're from spending 30,000, and this man is spending more than 300,000.
So Standard Bank, what year is this? This is...
1987.
Oh no, man! 1987. They're selling Sundowns for 25,000.
No, because
it's you.
Yeah, they were giving us the first option
for 25,000.
Yeah.
Ah, dog.
No, it's true.
You don't buy it?
No, the point is we would buy it if they were prepared to sponsor it,
and they weren't.
They said no, they've lost too much money on that team. So, but I mean, the team already has got huge commitments. I mean, we wouldn't afford that.
The commitments that Zola had, because he had started paying the players massively.
Yes.
He had started. I mean, what he had done with them was okay. I want to take some voice notes of people that we think in telling your story, which we could never tell in 1 hour.
Yeah.
It is impossible.
Yeah.
And, you know, and we're hoping so that we can come back and go to the later years, including the MOTSIRI time.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch it now.
Yeah.
Because I want to bring you back. We've done this before where we tell the story in 2 or 3 parts.
Yes.
And yours, we cannot tell in just 1 part. But, you know, there was a lot of people that wanted to be part of this conversation, but the ones that appreciate this story's foundations more are these ones. Please have a listen.
Hi, Papa. Should you hear? The very first memory I have of Mamelodi Sundowns and you was Mohadi and I wearing green Sundowns tracksuits, walking into the field with all those superstars, with all that array of talent that you had assembled, and the crowd going crazy as we walked onto the pitch for the very first game of Mamelodi Sundowns. It was an awesome time, unforgettable. The fact that Sundowns is ranked the #1 team in Africa, I actually have to pinch myself. From that moment till today, I'm still the #1 supporter of Mamelodi Sundowns, and I'm still the #1 supporter of you. I'm still the #1 mascot, and I'm still the #1 mascot of Sundowns and of Dr. Itsweng. I love you.
Oh, thank you, Shudu. Thank you.
It's your son.
Yes, he's here.
He's here. I saw him. And then it's not just him, though. Have a listen to this.
Hi, Papa. It's Ayanda. So for me, growing up, I always thought it was normal and that everybody had a million people living in their house. And but most of the players actually became family. You know, for example, the Chafunya brothers. They became like my brothers. And I never really understood the magnitude of Mamelodi Sundowns until I was much older. So a lot of people's lives changed, and you were a big part of that change, of making everyone's lives better, you know. You are such an inspiration, Papa. You are a legend, actually, you know. And I'm so, so proud to call you my father. I love you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nana.
But you had a lot of kids, didn't you? How many?
Yes.
How many kids did you have?
No, the 3.
So we've just had Shoto, and that was Ayanda.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got one more for you.
Yeah.
Have a
Hi,
listen to
Papa. This is Makosha. So we were talking the other day about how you need to write a book about your life. And
I agree.
I really think you need to, because your life story is so incredible. You know, that you were able to start a soccer club as a medical doctor in the 80s is really testament to your entrepreneurial spirit, which I believe you've passed on to all your kids. For me especially, it's been an inspiring driving force that has driven a lot of my own ambitions. So yeah, I don't know much about soccer, but I know that Mamelodi Sundowns has been a source of belonging and happiness for many people, and that's the legacy you and your partners managed to build. So this is a celebration of you, of what you managed to build. I love you lots.
Thank you, Kosha. Thank you. She's named after my mother.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. These are the stories that we're telling, of course, about your life. And, you know, with a bunch of friends spending 1,000 rands each to buy a team, started something that you didn't know would do what it's gone on to do. I don't want to get to that. I'm so tempted, but I don't want to get to it because I want an opportunity to have you back to tell further more of the story. But there is one more that I want to play for you before we take your calls. Let's take your calls. If you want to get involved in the conversation, send your WhatsApp to 060-552-7303, 086-000-2160 for your calls.
Hi, Papa. This is Khadi. Phew, growing up in a home where Sundowns was a big family project. I remember Boku, I think it was one of your first games that you won. Gugu shouting, Masandawana, Masandawana. And that's actually how the name Masandawana came from Gugu. And all of us rallying around you and your team, having the boys grow up in our family, having the Chafunya boys growing up in our family, and Shutu mimicking everything that the Chafunya boys were doing. You know, you really instilled such a great community spirit in our family that I've carried with me for years. And, you know, you're a community builder. It's you, Sundowns, you brought the community together. The community loved you. I love you.
Thank you, Khadi.
Is it your mother that came up with Masandawana?
Yeah, it's my mom. So, I mean, I think Sundowns would have been a very difficult
word to say.
Yeah, so she would say Sandawana.
That is insane.
Sandawana.
That is insane. There's trivia for you.
And even soda water was Kyoto water.
Let's play some of your voice note and hear what you've got to say after hearing this phenomenal story from the good doctor.
Call us on 0860 002160.
Evening, Miss Sandy. Yes, Bertrand Dusan from Dival. Yeah. Humble beginnings of the biggest team, Mamelodi Sundowns. Yeah. And that shows how difficult it is to run a team, even on those days, very difficult. Yeah. But what inspiring story to people out there who want to venture into football, their cost industry. Yeah, but actually enjoying the conversation. Big up to your show.
Hey.
Andile, Nicholas here. Please ask the gentleman, how does he feel about the current Sundowns after them bought it and then change it to what it was before, up to this current Sundowns that it is today.
I hear you. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go to the current because it'll steal us having this conversation again.
Good evening, Andile, and good evening to the dog. We want to say to the dog, thank you, dog, for the good work that you have done and the foundation that you have laid for the Mamelodi Sundowns. That is why it's so successful, because of the people like you who shows how to manage a team. Thank you, Doc. It's one of the Yellow Nation fans, Unati. Thank you, in Ivory Park.
Appreciate it. Take one more so we can take calls.
Hey, Andile. This is very interesting. I've heard already 3 segments of this Mamelodi Sundowns story. Very interesting. I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan, but one really appreciates the history behind these teams, you know. We shouldn't only know about the history of our teams, but every team that's in South Africa. I so wish that we could have a soccer museum, you know, where all these stories can be kept and we can keep on reviving, and for future generations as well to tap into that, to see where our soccer is coming from.
100%. I agree.
Yeah, no, this is very great. Thank you to yourselves and the great doctor there.
I agree.
Debza Ramaji, watch out. Well,
Debza, I completely agree. It's so crazy though when you tell these stories. Pirates and Sundowns are always in that story. There is inspiration. Let's go to Wonkosi. Wonkosi is in Soweto. Wonkosi.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Hey, no, I'm good, man. I'm sitting here with the good doctor.
I'm good, man. Yes, we just have to thank you, this guy. You know, we really appreciate the care you have done for this team. It's a really legacy for us. I'm one of the #1 supporter for this team. And what I like about it, don't change their identity, decision and piano. They're still building from the back even now. So we just want to say thank you. We really appreciate it.
Well, of course, I appreciate you. The Shusha and the piano came a little bit later, of course, with Screamer. But what was the football then? Was it similar? Did he just adapt what you guys were doing already back then? What kind of football would you say Sundowns played then?
You mean before
when you guys had it? What kind of football do you think they played?
No, we played. We call it carpet football. Yes.
So not very far from what you're seeing.
No.
All right, let's go to Sticks. Sticks is out in Soweto. Or is it Lunga? Oh, Sticks.
Hi, guys.
How are you? The doctor's here.
Yeah, Kiki Sticks most of it. I just wanted Lena to appreciate the good doctor. It's really a beautiful thing. Yeah, so another thing that I wanted to add to for SABC, there's the content, more TV,
100%.
Good stories. Yeah, we really need stories this one. Not only to book up, but
and you should see this man. He's a good-looking man. He needs to be on TV telling the story.
So yeah, I really appreciate Dr. Examples for our kids.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, Sticks. Let's go to Lunga. Lunga's out in Road Report. Lunga, I feel like there's a part of history that I didn't know that's just been filled in a little bit. I feel a little bit wiser today.
Good evening, Andile and Ncube. I don't want to spoil today's moment. I'll say Ncube, le are roba.
No chance of Buluvedu Sundowns or something, man.
Even if I go to Mara, Africa, Kale, Proami, Moitomila Ward, Mambuisa put it to look for not solicited sharp, Marala Roba Gaudalvana.
I have to bring him back. I'll tell you what, Lunga. We'll definitely do it because even I feel cheated. I looked up and I was like, hey, man, this time is gone. So even I feel cheated. So it's not going to be next week. We'll let it breathe a little bit. I'm looking at this man. He's a healthy 79 who's about to turn 80. But in sometime in the near future, we'll bring him back as we did when we told the Zola Mahobe story, and we'll have a part 2.
Because when you look at Bulobedi, we need such people to tell the stories because Bulobedi is I don't want to say is the end of but if we get people from the places like Kasiaga Bulobedi to tell such stories, you only need to change one person's life and perspective.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Lunga, I appreciate you, and that's why we do this. Thank you so much. Doc, I don't want to say goodbye. I don't want to say we're done. I don't want to say wish you well because I want to see you here again to continue in this. I saw it got a bit emotional at some point, but your kids that you felt so tough for when you first sold the team, they loved and appreciated every moment of that now that they're older and thinking back to it. So sometimes, as parents myself, I am with 4 kids, we do things in the time and we think, what is this going to be for my kids? What you did is you earned hundreds of thousands of kids in those that support Sundowns because of you. Yeah. We appreciate you. We're going to pause the conversation and not close it.
Okay, thank you, Andile. Thank you for inviting me. I really enjoyed the time also.
And I'm glad you're telling the story. The next time we come around, these are the things that are untold.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
You made the time, made it to the studio. We really appreciate the good doctor. And all of those watching right now, with all your comments on Facebook, I see you and I am grateful for you, for myself and my entire team. What an amazing story. Loved it. It was very cheated. We need a part 2. Timmy, Ola para. Pela, Gansomi.